What's up, y'all? I'm still out here at the range, as you can see out behind me. We've just about lost every little bit of sunlight that we did have out here, and it's getting colder. So this is probably going to be my last one, but I wanted to get it done because this should be a very interesting 357 Magnum test. Now, of course, we got our jelly contraption set up out here. We got 2 blocks of gel. Now, I've done one test in this gel already, and it was a 380 and 38 special test. Pretty interesting results on that one. I'll leave a link above if y'all interested in checking that one out. But for this one here, like I said, it's a 357 Magnum, and it's the Hornady American Gunner 357 Mag. 125 grain XTP projectile. You can see it there. Now, they're claiming 1,500 feet per second muzzle velocity. I definitely don't expect to see that out of these length barrels that we're working with here today, but should be interesting to see how close we get anyway. Now, the main reason for this test, as y'all can see by the title and all, is to check out a 3-inch versus a 4-inch ported revolver and see what kind of difference or similarities we got. So for our 3-inch here, we got the Smith Wesson 686 Plus model 357 with a 3-inch non-ported barrel. And then we got our Taurus model 608 here, which they call a 4-inch barrel, a ported 4-inch barrel, as you can see there. But for all intents and purposes, this thing is basically a 3-inch barrel with a blast chamber, because inside of here, this isn't just a typical porting on this. There's no barrel right here. From where these ports start, from the 3-inch mark on, there's no barrel. It's basically a big blast chamber. I'll see if I can get a good picture and let y'all see, but like I say, it's not just a typical porter barrel. There's no barrel there. There's no rifling. It's a bigger diameter on this last inch and everything. So when we tested this against my 4-inch GP100, you could really see a big difference there. So I got a feeling we're going to see very similar results between this 3-inch and this so-called ported 4-inch. Now, also, as you can see, we got the jelly bundled up with my heavy clothing barrier with the 1 layer of denim, 1 layer of fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. Like I said, it's getting cold out here. My fingers is getting numb, but I really wanted to see the results of this one right here. So let me get all this stuff set up and let's check it out. All right, let's get some speeds on these things. I'm gonna do a 5-round average from each one. We're gonna start with the 608 Taurus first. Got 1337, 1381, 1365, 1325, and 1341. So not bad on that. Let's go check that average. All right, so our 5-round average from the 4-inch ported 608 is 1,349 feet per second. I suspect we're gonna have something very similar to that out of that 686, but let me get this reset and let's check that one out. All right, let's see what this 3-inch non-ported 686 can do. I'm betting we're gonna be very close to what we just saw out of that Taurus. 1250. I got an error on that. 1302. 1299, I think. 1304 maybe, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, let me get one more so we'll have 5. All right, number 5. All right, 1278. So definitely not right there with that 608, but not far off. Let's go check that average. All right, so our 5-round average from this 3-inch barrel is 1,286 feet per second. And if y'all remember out that 4-inch 608, it was 1349. So you talking about 63 feet per second faster from the 608. And I mean, that would about equal an inch longer barrel. So maybe it was just a fluke with that 608 and the GP100, or maybe it was just that Ammo Inc. ammo, that 357 that wasn't too good anyway, but I don't know what happened here. So let me get this reset and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's does an extra inch matter jelly time. I'm gonna put 1 round from each down into the gel. We're gonna start out with this 4-inch ported 608 first. Let's see what we get. I got a feeling we're gonna have some pretty good performance out of both of these. All right, looking pretty good. It knocked the cloth straight off the front. Let me go down there and check that out. All right, y'all, that one there knocked the jelly shirt clean off, so I got it put back on. We're looking really good down there with that one. Well, let's see what this 3-inch 686 can do. We'll try to put it up under that one. Shouldn't be a problem. This thing seems to be pretty accurate. All right, I think we're looking good. Let me go down there and make sure we're all right. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got down here. I flipped you over to the other side since they were on this back side. You can see them real good. So this top one here, that's the one out of the 608, the 4-inch ported 608. Very nice wound channel here. Very, very nice disruption. You can see it did drag a little cloth in with it. Comes on through here into the second block and stops, looks like maybe 4 inches or so into this second block. And it is expanded. Now, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but there is some expansion on it. And then the 3-inch 686, that's the one here on the bottom. Now there's a track behind that, but you can see where it splits off. So everything you're seeing right there, that's that 686. It looks nearly identical. Both of these tracks look nearly identical. The wound channels look the same. They got, I mean, this might be a 1/4 of an inch difference in penetration down here. The nearly identical penetration. The expansion looks almost the same. So these things performed very well out of both of these barrel lengths. Now, as for your penetration, the one from the 4-inch ported 608 is exactly 21 inches. The one from the 3-inch Smith 686 is 20 3/4. So you're talking about a 1/4 of an inch difference separating these two. So nearly identical performance here in the gel. Here's your quick overhead look. Now, the one on top, that's the 608. The one down there, that's the 686. So as you can see, if I pull it back here, it looked a little misleading with that 608 so close, but nearly identical. You can barely tell any kind of difference. They go in here and then you can see there, I mean, almost identical performance in every way from these. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles. On the left here, this is the 4-inch ported 608. On the right, this is the 3-inch non-ported 686. These things look nearly identical. You can't tell any difference between these. Now, they both look like they performed fantastic, but again, you can't tell the difference. If you were to look at these and say which one came from a 3-inch and which one came from a 4-inch ported, you wouldn't be able to tell. They look that similar. But let's get some measurements on them and see what kind of material loss. I think I can see a few little specks, but let's check them out. So this one out of the 608, we're at 120 exactly. Now they both started at 125, so lost a little there. This one out of the 686 is 122.1. So it looks like they both did lose a little bit of material. Like I say, I can see a few little speckles here and there in the gel. Now, as far as expansion, they look nearly identical. This one here out of the 608, we got 422, 426, and 421. So some really nice expansion on that one. And then the one here out of the 686, we got 420, 433, and 420. So nearly identical. Like I said, you can't tell any difference between these two. So there you have it, y'all. The 4-inch ported 608 versus the 3-inch non-ported 686. What I can say about both of these is this is fantastic performance out of both of them. I think, in my opinion, this is exactly what you look for in a 125 grain 357 Magnum. Now, as far as the 4-inch equaling 3-inch, I mean, that's a hard call here. The velocity said different on this one. Now with those ammo inks before, you know, that was some pretty bad ammo, and this right here shows you the difference between good and bad 357 ammo. But I mean, I really expected closer velocities because what you see in the gel here is nearly identical. So maybe that little 60 feet per second difference that we saw here didn't mean that much as far as 357 goes when it comes to performance in the gel. All right, y'all, I'm calling it right there for another very interesting 357 Magnum test. This one went about halfway like I figured it would. As far as performance in the gel, they look nearly identical. The penetration, expansion, the disruption, you can't tell any difference between these things, but we had that 60-some feet per second velocity difference between them. Now that 60-some feet per second we've seen in the past in some cases really doesn't mean that much difference, just depending on the caliber and what you're running things out of. And this may be one of them cases where that velocity just really doesn't mean that much difference when it comes to performance out of these things. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on what you saw here. Did you think there was going to be a bigger difference between these two barrel lengths? What do you think about the performance of the XTP rounds themselves? And do y'all use some of these? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you did enjoy this video, take a second if you would and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell notification icon so you can hopefully get notified when I upload new stuff. Take a second if you would and check out my affiliate links down below. If you shop through Amazon, hit up that storefront link first, you'll go straight through Amazon like normal from there. It don't cost you anything extra, and anything you buy after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. Same deal with the axle links. If you're looking for some fantastic ear pro, hit up those links down there and you can save a pile of money instead of going straight to their site. Like I always tell you, I appreciate all my range gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. It's getting cold and I'm losing every little bit of daylight I got left, so I'm gonna pack it up and head out of here. Tons of good stuff on the way, so make sure you stay on the lookout, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.